Ha! I forgot to turn on my sound. I am so sorry, you guys. So let me start this over again. Forgive me, you guys. Today is a day, isn't it? All right, so I'm guessing y'all can hear me now. What the flip? Okay. Hello, Brook Fishing. Yes, I just turned my sound on. I am so sorry. Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna go back over it again. I did not realize my sound wasn't on. Thanks for calling me and telling me. Bye. All right, you guys. That was one of my trusted friends calling me to tell me that my sound is not on, and I just knocked my microphone over. I'm doing great today. Oh boy. If anything could go wrong, it's going wrong. So let's see. Can y'all hear me now? Give me a 10 by 10 if you can hear me now, please. Okay, so I'm checking that. We're going to start over again after a big, huge... Okay. All right. We're starting over again. Hi, Fuzzy Falcon. Hi, Rich Quake. Hi, Brook Fishing. How are y'all doing? I see y'all on here. Fuzzy Falcon says, I would laugh if she held up a card with lines. Now that would be funny. Okay, so we're going to do this again, you guys. And I'm going to show y'all. I was telling y'all why I changed my YouTube channel's name. So first we're going to go here. This channel is now called Rebecca Roams Realms instead of being called Rebecca the Explorer. So let me show y'all something so that y'all know. There is a Rebecca Explores channel. But when I was looking through it this morning on different channels, if you see this is mine here, there are other channels which were kind of clashing with mine. Every time I would pull up Rebecca the Explorer, I was pulling up another channel. And so that was becoming an issue as my channel seemed to be clashing with other channels that were on YouTube. And I was like, people are probably having a hard time finding my channel. And of course, those channels had names that are very similar to mine. So I've named mine 3 words, Rebecca Roams Realms. And the reason for naming that is because I do a lot of roaming. I will be all over different things that are going on in the world, different subjects, earthquakes, volcanoes, storms, hurricanes. We talk about life. We do a lot of stuff, you guys. So I have renamed my channel, and I hope that you all will still continue to follow. I'm sorry I did not let everybody know in the beginning, but it was something that sort of happened today. And then my son made me an awesome picture for my YouTube channel. Let me show y'all. You've probably already seen it, but this is the new picture for my channel. And of course, it's got the eagle, the American eagle on it. It's got the volcano down here with the plate tectonics, the sun, and the one that I had that I liked, and I don't think that I probably can find that one. It has a comet diving towards the sun. Let me see if I can find it, because I had that one. Let me see. We were playing around with different ones today when we were making it. Let me see if I have it. I don't have it. Shoot. Okay, well, I'll have to ask my son where that one is, because the one that he made has a did I do it under downloads maybe? I know I had it. I don't see it. Anyway, oh, y'all saw this, right? Haha, I did an IQ test yesterday. I'm 121, woohoo! Okay, so if you want to know what that means, just look it up. All right, I was just wondering, I'm 50. I was 145 when I was younger, so dropped 20 points, but hey, that is awesome. All right, so just wanted to let y'all know why the channel changed, and it's not because of the fact that I don't want y'all to be able to find my channel. It's about the fact that there are other people with channels that are similar to mine with the same names, so it's harder when people put in to find my channel. They aren't able to find it as easily. So yes, I went ahead and changed the name of my channel. I have not changed the website yet. I did change my Twitter. I'm gonna have to change my other sites that I have. I might just leave my website as Rebecca the Explorer, or it's either under North Carolina Weatherquakes. It may still be under that one. So what we're going to do right now is we are actually going to go over what is going on in the world today. I think I just showed you these, but y'all didn't hear me. So these are the large quakes that have occurred today. There has been a 5.0 West Chile rise. It was 10 kilometers deep. There was a Hindu Kush region, Afghanistan earthquake. It was a 5.8. It was 77 kilometers deep. That was followed by a Hokkaido, Japan region earthquake at 5.3. It was 65 kilometers deep. This is the one we need to be watching out for, folks. Vanuatu region, 5.4, coming in at 599 kilometers in depth. That is going to cause another earthquake storm. So we need to be watching around the Ring of Fire, as we will probably see either some bigger earthquakes or lots of swarms happening around the Ring of Fire. So as we go into this, for today, it has been moderately active day for seismic activity across the globe. While dozens of minor tremors occurred daily, several notable moderate to strong earthquakes were reported along major fault lines in Asia, the Pacific, and the Middle East. Significant earthquakes today, there was a 4.5. The most powerful event recorded today was a magnitude 5.8 earthquake in Afghanistan, which is significant enough to be felt across several neighboring countries. When we're looking at these earthquakes today, we have seen that there was a 5.8 in Bazarak, Afghanistan, 5.4 Vanuatu region, 5.3 Mutsu, Japan, 5.0 West Chile rise, 4.9 Central East Pacific rise, a 4.7 Hasaki, Japan, a 4.7 in Sola, Vanuatu, a 4.6 in Fakfak, Indonesia, a 4.6 in Tobelo, Indonesia, and south of Fiji Islands came in at a 4.5. Afghanistan, the 5.8 near Bazarak was a deep focus event, while deep earthquakes, which are 90 plus kilometers, generally cause less surface damage than shallow ones. They can be felt over a much wider geographical area. Japan had 2 moderate quakes struck off the coast today, including a 5.3 near Mutsu and a 4.7 near Hasaki. These occurred in highly active subduction zones where the Pacific plate meets the North American and Philippine sea plates. Indonesia has frequent activity and it continues in the North Maluku region, with a M4.6 near Tobelo and another 4.6 near Fakfak. In the Americas, Alaska remains a hotspot for minor activity. Today saw a string of quakes, including a 3.6 near Point Possession and multiple tremors in the 2.5 to 3.4 range near Yucatan and Carluke. Chile had a 5.0 struck the West Chile rise and oceanic spreading ridge in the South Pacific. Puerto Rico had a minor 3.6 quake. Puerto Rico had a minor 3.6 quake which occurred north of Suarez earlier today. If we're moving to Europe and the Middle East, Turkey had a shallow 4.2 tremor that was reported near Kirkan or Hatay province, a region still sensitive to seismic shifts following major historical events. Greece had a small scale of activity, continues in the Peloponnese, I'm trying to say this word correctly, and Crete regions, though no major damage has been reported. Deep focus earthquakes like the one in Fiji, which was 558.6 kilometers, rarely cause damage because the energy dissipates significantly before reaching the surface. Conversely, shallow quakes under 35 kilometers in depth are more likely to be felt strongly by local populations. As we move on today into our volcanoes. The Earth's volcanic activity is particularly high in Southeast Asia, with significant eruptions and ash plumes reported in the Philippines and Indonesia. Canlaon volcano in the Philippines was a major eruptive event today. Canlaon on Negros Island is currently under high alert following a moderately explosive eruption that occurred late yesterday and continued in effects into today. A dark gray plume rose 2,000 meters, which is approximately 6,500 feet above the crater. The impacts from it are pyroclastic density currents, hot gas, and rock, flowing 2 kilometers down the southwestern slopes. Light to moderate ashfall has affected 41 barangays across 6 cities. It is at an alert level 2. Authorities have enforced a 4-kilometer permanent danger zone and suspended classes in nearby cities like La Carlota and Canlaon City. Mount Ibu in Indonesia, which is located in North Maluku, which has been one of the most active volcanoes this week, it erupted again today at 10:03 p.m. local time. This marks the 27th eruption for Ibu in the past 7 days. It has an ongoing eruptive phase with frequent ash emissions. Mount Semeru in Indonesia also remains in a state of high unrest with dangerous surface activity. Frequent pyroclastic flows, locally known as wet husk gimbal, have been descending the southeastern flanks. Alert level 3 is its current status, and residents are strictly advised to stay at least 13 kilometers away from the summit of the Besuk Kobakan drainage area due to the risk of lahars and lava avalanches. Ongoing and notable unrest are at Kilauea, which is in Hawaii, USA. It has a paused episode 42, ended February 15th. Ground inflation is currently being recorded, with episode 43 forecast for early March. Home Reef, which is in Tonga, is active. Recent satellite data shows the volcano is continuing to add new land areas to its island via low-level effusive activity. Subancaya, which is in Peru, is erupting. Continuous ash and gas emissions reaching up to 2.1 kilometers above the crater. Fuego, which is in Guatemala, is active. Daily explosions with minor ashfall are reported in nearby village. Etna, which is in Italy, has become restless. Strombolian activity and degassing at the summit craters. So there is a note here: if you are near Canlaon in the Philippines or Semeru in Indonesia, ensure that you have an N95 mask ready for ash protection and follow all local evacuation orders. Ash plumes can reach up to 35,000 feet, which may lead to sudden air travel cancellations in Southeast Asia today. As we move on, we're going to discuss the wildfires here. So let me get you a wildfire map for the continental United States. Let me see here if I can find a good one. I need a map for the United States. Oops, that's not it. Oops. How did I do that? Okay, we'll just use this one. That way y'all can see what I'm basically talking about. So we're going to scroll here. And I'm going to do this. Let me see, I think. Does it have a biggie? There it is. Well, that's as big as I can get this one. So we're looking at wildfires that are going on here in the United States. And the wildfire situation is dominated by a major winter flare-up across the U.S. southern pines. High winds and extreme drought have triggered fast-moving grass and brush fires, while Canada remains relatively quiet due to seasonal snow cover. In the United States, the southern plains are currently under critical fire weather conditions. The combination of 60 to 70 mile per hour wind gusts and dry vegetation has led to a series of fast fires that are spreading rapidly through grasslands. Ranger Road fire, which is in Oklahoma, Kansas, this is the largest and most destructive fire currently burning. It originated near Beaver, Oklahoma, and crossed into Kansas. It has consumed approximately 283,000 acres and is only 20% contained. Evacuations were ordered for the towns of Ashland and Englewood, Kansas. 8-Ball Fire, which is in the Texas Panhandle, is burning in Armstrong County. This fire has scorched roughly 13,500 acres and is 70% contained. The Smith Fire, which is in New Mexico, located northeast of Mosquero. This fire has reached 3,797 acres and is 75% contained. The Lavender Fire, which is in Texas, active across 12,000 miles with roughly 20% containment. So let's see here. I think this would be, we have the Lavender Fire. So I'm looking here because I'm not sure exactly which one it is, but I'm looking. That's the Lavender Fire here. And that one's the 8-Ball incident. This one's the Ranger Road incident. And that one's Stevens incident, but I don't have Stevens on my map. Oops, sorry you guys. So I don't have that one, but these big ones here are the ones that we're watching and looking at. Let me see here. Let me pull this one up. That's Route 13. Okay, so as of today, the U.S. is seeing a significantly more active start to the year compared to previous fire years. So we're looking at in 2026, it burned up to 305,062 acres. 2025, we had 3,959 up to 88,873 acres. In 2024, it was 267 acres up to 18,104 acres. Canada is currently at a national preparedness level 1. Most of the country remains under snow, though monitoring for the 2026 spring season has begun. Current activity there is 0 uncontrolled large wildfires being reported in Canada today. Outlook small holdover fires, sometimes called zombie fires, from the previous season are being monitored in British Columbia and Alberta, but no surface spread is reported due to winter conditions. The smoke forecast in Canada is low-level smoke from the U.S. Southern Plains fires is drifting northeast and may affect air quality in parts of Canadian prairies, South Manitoba, and Saskatchewan over the next 24 hours. The National Interagency Fire Center and Air Now have issued quality air alerts for parts of the Midwest and Southern Plains. Smoke plumes from the Ranger Road fire are visible from space and are creating unhealthy air conditions for sensitive groups as far north as Nebraska. 1 second, you guys. I need a drink. Hang on. So you guys, our next move on. Hang on. We are going to move into weather. Let's do it this way. I like this map, so we'll try this one. We'll do the Tornado HQ, cause, let me see here. Let's go big. And we can take a good look at the map here and see where the storms and stuff are. Let me see here. Do I want a different one? What's watercolor? No, I don't want that one. Whoa. I like that one. Okay, so we'll leave it at that one. Okay. Today, the global weather landscape is defined by a massive multi-hazard storm system in the United States and significant cyclone recovery efforts in the Indian Ocean. A powerful mid-latitude cyclone is currently tracking across the upper Midwest and into the Northeast. This system is a triple threat, producing severe thunderstorms, heavy snow, and critical fire weather simultaneously. Following a rare February tornado outbreak yesterday in southern Illinois and Indiana, the severe threat has shifted slightly east and south today. Current risks are at a level 1. Risks exist today for parts of the Ohio Valley and the Mid-Atlantic. Level 1 is marginal. Primary threats are isolated damaging wind gusts, large hail as the cold front pushes through. Recent activity is that survey teams are currently on the ground in Bloomington, Indiana, and parts of southern Illinois to assess damage from at least 6 confirmed tornadoes that struck overnight. On the cold side of this system, heavy snow and freezing rain are causing major travel disruptions. In northeast New England, winter storm warnings are active for northern New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine. Snowfall totals of 6 to 11 inches are expected through tonight. A dangerous wintry mix is affecting Pennsylvania, New York, southern New England, with ice accumulations up to 0.20 inches, making morning commutes hazardous. The upper Midwest, additional snow of 4 to 10 inches is falling across Michigan's Upper Peninsula. Okay, so if we're looking at Canada, since I do have some Canadians on here, while the interior of Canada is seeing typical weather conditions, the Atlantic coast is bracing for a violent weekend. Developing nor'easter. A strong system is developing off the U.S. East Coast and is forecast to reach weather bomb status, rapid intensification by Monday. Atlantic provinces, special weather statements are in effect for Nova Scotia, PEI, and Newfoundland. Impacts. Forecasts predict 15 to 25 centimeters or 6 to 10 inches of snow and wind gusts up to 80 kilometers, creating whiteout conditions. As we're looking around the world for severe weather, Madagascar will have a dual cyclone recovery. The UN has launched a $67.8 million flash appeal today following the back-to-back devastation of cyclones Faitia and Gazana. Over 681,000 people have been affected, with at least 59 deaths confirmed in Gazana alone. Current status is that while Gazani has weakened into a subtropical system over the South Indian Ocean, the humanitarian crisis remains severe due to the widespread flooding and crop destruction. In Australia, they are having extreme heat and fire. In contrast to the Northern Hemisphere, parts of Western Australia are experiencing a record-shattering heat wave today, with temperatures pushing past 120 degrees Fahrenheit or 49 degrees Celsius, creating extreme fire danger ratings for the area. There is blizzard and winter storm warnings for Michigan, New York, Vermont, and Maine. There are wind advisories for Illinois, Indiana, Ohio. Those gusts for Illinois and Indiana and Ohio are up to 45 miles per hour. There are flood alerts in Madagascar, which is also going through an ongoing recovery. Today, we are going to also talk about the sun. The sun is in a relatively quiet before the storm phase. While current surface activity is low, Massive sunspot groups are currently hiding on the far side of the sun, preparing to rotate back towards Earth next week. 1 second. Let's get out of this here. Oops, no. Hang on. Oops. I closed the wrong window. Give me a second. Let's give y'all back your page. Bear with me 1 minute, please. All right, get that over there. Okay. So, while current surface activity is low, massive sunspot groups are currently hiding on the far side of the sun, preparing to rotate back towards Earth next week. The sunspot number is 39, which is low. The solar wind speed is 495.8 kilometers. And the solar flux index is at 119 SFU. Geomagnetic status is at Kepler equals 2.67, which is quiet. After a very active start to February, which saw 6 X-class flares in just 4 days, the side of the sun currently facing Earth has calmed down. The active regions are currently 4 numbered sunspot groups, AR 374, and 14375, 14377, and 14376. Most are magnetically simple and stable, meaning the risk of a major flare today is very low, less than 1% for X-class. Solar flares are minor B-class and C-class hiccups that were recorded in the last 24 hours. These are small enough that they don't impact life on Earth. As we are looking at the Martian sunspots as well, while our view is quiet, NASA's Perseverance rover on Mars has a different perspective. It is currently seeing several large, complex sunspots groups on the sun's far side. So we're going to see the monster region, which is the return of AR 4366, which unleashed a barrage of X-class flares earlier this month. It is currently facing Mars. It is expected to rotate back into Earth's view starting around February 23rd to 24th. Those impacts will be space weather forecasters expect solar activity to jump from low to high by the middle of the next week as these regions return. Geomagnetic storming. The Earth's magnetic field is currently quiet to unsettled. I wish my phone was unsettled. Okay. The glancing blow from the corona mass ejection on February 16th has mostly passed. For most of the world, aurora chances are low today. However, high latitude residents like Alaska, northern Canada, Scandinavia may still see faint displays due to waning influence of the coronal hole high-speed stream. High frequency radio conditions are currently fair to good. Without major flares, there are no active radio blackouts affecting aviation or maritime communications. And right now, we are currently in a peak year of solar cycle 25. Although today is quiet, this cycle has consistently outperformed official predictions, leading to more frequent and intense auroras globally than we have seen in over a decade. And that is your update for today. I hope you all enjoyed. I'm glad you guys are here. It is great to see y'all. I'm checking back in chat real quick. I see George Mitchell is here. He says, I know Monday and Wednesday and Thursday we had wind, too much of it. We had a lot of wind this morning in my area as well. We had like a storm that went through and it was really, really windy here. But it was nice and it passed and everything was great. Is it somebody's birthday today? I see cakes and balloons. George Mitchell says he's got 7.5 days till his birthday. Happy birthday, George Mitchell, in case we don't get to you by then. Let me see who else is here. Auntie A, awesome to see you. She says no fighting, boys. Let me see. Checking back through chat here. It's always awesome. If y'all do have questions, I will try to answer them. Nightbot is checking out weather for Charlotte. Said the conditions are fair with a temperature of 80 degrees or 20 degrees Celsius. The wind is blowing west at 14 miles per hour, and the current humidity is 17%. Awesome. I see weather for Manhattan too, and weather for Nevis. Anyways, you guys, I am glad y'all showed up. We will be doing more live streams. Just please remember to hit that like button, subscribe, and share the video. I am trying to give y'all all the greatest and latest news that I can. Want to make sure that y'all are getting all the information that you can about the volcanoes and earthquakes and stuff that are going on. Anyways, you guys, I'm not going to keep y'all too long. It is Friday night. I hope that you all will have a very pleasant evening, and we will be back probably tomorrow to do a live stream. Anyways, you guys, I love you. Please remember to tell someone you love them. Tomorrow's never promised. Make each day an adventure. And also, since it's the very end of my video, if anybody would like to help with my car, there is a PayPal below the video. I am doing my best to get it running and keeping it running great. But it's got a problem with that Cadillac converter, which means that I hit the gas and it says I don't want to go. So anyways, you guys, I love you. Please take care of yourselves. Share the video. And much love to each and every one of you. Thank you for being here. And I hope that this channel will take off and become something awesome. Anyways, I love you. Oh, and by the way, Brooke Fishing, thank you for being here and modding today. George Mitchell, thank you for being here and modding today. Rich Quake, thank you for being here and modding today. Auntie A, it is always a pleasure to see you. And to everybody else who has been in the chat room, I enjoy you being here. Much love, God bless, and I will see you in the next live stream or video. Peace out. I'm going to end that one with a laugh. 8675309. All right, bye, you guys.